What do you think about Kentucky?
The usual song and dance. Week schedule.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me say this first, because the people who are listening to the audio version of this, they can't see my graphic on the screen. And thanks to Knoxville Sports or Kentucky Sports Radio and on3.com for the graphic for this one. I'm going to give credit to every single one of them. They open the season hosting Southern Miss. Then they host South Carolina and Georgia and Ohio, not Ohio State, the Ohio Bobcats. Then they go to Ole Miss, have a bye week and host Vandy. Then they go to Florida, and then they host Auburn. Then they go to Tennessee. Then they have a bye week. And then, I don't know, I think it's McNeese State, I think, is the November 16th game. I can't remember, though. I could be wrong. And then it's a FCS team. And then they go to Texas, and then they host Louisville in the game or in the season. So what do you think about them? Where are their wins in that right there?
Number one, they have zero offensive threat at all. Poor Brock Vandagriff. I don't know what he was thinking transferring to Kentucky. I don't know if he just enjoys punishment. It's going to be a very long year for him. I think they're at best 6-6. It's the typical Kentucky extremely weak schedule. They'll go 6-6. They'll put up another statue of Mark Stoops and give him a 27-year extension, and celebrate going to the Music City Bowl or the Birmingham Bowl for the 37th time in a row. Typical Kentucky schedule. I think they lose to. I've got them losing to Georgia, Ole Miss, Florida, Auburn, Tennessee, and Texas.
I've got literally the exact same.
Essentially, I've got them losing to the only 6 decent teams on their schedule.
Yeah. I literally got the exact same prediction. I had them going 6-6 with losses, those exact same people. We did not talk about this beforehand. But that's who I had too. Sam helped us out. He said it's Murray State on the November 16th. Hey, we appreciate that, Sam. Let's see. Caleb Longcare said they go 9-3 at best, 7-5 rock bottom. Losses to Texas, Tennessee, Auburn, Louisville, and Georgia. I think that's fair.
But that Florida game's in the Swamp, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't see this Kentucky offense going into the Swamp and doing anything.
The other thing that might be different about that is they have to go to Ole Miss, and I don't think they're going to win at Ole Miss.
They could play that on the moon, and they won't beat Ole Miss. It doesn't matter where they could pick anywhere they want and play that game, and they will not come remotely close to Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss is going to be good this year. Let's see. Sam said South Carolina will be tough that early, potentially. Thankfully for Kentucky, they have them at home. Evan said Kentucky goes 7-5 here. So a lot of 6-6s, 7-5s, that kind of thing for Kentucky.